Have you ever wished you could read people's minds? To know what they're really thinking, not just what they're saying? Well, what if I told you that you don't need psychic powers, just the skills of an FBI agent? Today, we're diving into the secrets of behavioral analysis, breaking down how you can read anyone instantly. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see the world and the people in it in a whole new light. First things first, let's talk about baselining. This is the absolute foundation of reading people. Before you can spot a lie or detect discomfort, you need to know what a person looks like when they're calm and normal. When you first meet someone, or even with people you know well, pay attention to their typical behavior. How do they usually sit? What's their normal tone of voice? Do they gesture a lot with their hands? This is their baseline. Once you have this mental snapshot, any deviation from it becomes a bright, flashing signal that something has changed. Maybe their voice gets higher, they start fidgeting, or they suddenly become very still. That's your cue to pay closer attention. Next up, let's decode body language, starting from the feet and working our way up. Believe it or not, our feet are the most honest part of our body. They're wired directly to our limbic brain, the part that controls our fight or flight response. If someone's feet are pointed towards the exit while they're talking to you, it often means they want to leave, no matter how polite their smile is. If their feet are pointed towards you, they're engaged. Watch for happy feet lights, bouncing or wiggling, which signals excitement or happiness. Conversely, feet that are locked or crossed tightly at the ankles can indicate stress or discomfort. Moving up to the hands. Hand gestures can tell you a lot. Open palms are generally a sign of honesty and openness. It's a subconscious way of saying, I have nothing to hide. But when people start hiding their hands, shoving them in their pockets, sitting on them, or clasping them behind their back, it might mean they're holding something back or feeling insecure. Also, watch for self-soothing gestures, what agents call pacifying behaviors. Things like rubbing the neck, touching the face, or playing with jewelry are ways we unconsciously try to calm ourselves down when we're stressed or lying. If you see these pop up when you ask a specific question, that's a significant clue. Now, for the main event. The face. Facial expressions are complex, but there are a few key things to look for. One of the most powerful tools is spotting micro-expressions. These are fleeting, involuntary facial expressions that last for just a fraction of a second and reveal a person's true emotion before they can mask it. For example, you might see a flash of anger before a forced smile appears. They're hard to spot, but with practice, you can train your eyes to catch them. Also, pay attention to eye contact. A lack of eye contact can signal dishonesty, but so can too much eye contact. A liar might overcompensate by staring at you intently to seem more credible. The key, again, is to compare it to their baseline. A sudden change in their normal pattern of eye contact is what matters. Finally, listen not just to what is said, but how it's said. This is called paralinguistics. Changes in vocal tone, pitch, and pace are incredibly revealing. When people are nervous or lying, their vocal cords can tighten, making their voice high. They might also start talking faster or slower than usual. Pay attention to non-committal language, like I think, sort of, or maybe, especially when a direct answer is expected. Another powerful technique is to listen for the non-denial denial. For example, if you ask, "Did you take the last cookie?" and they reply, "Why would I do something like that?" instead of a simple no, that's a red flag. They're avoiding the question. Putting it all together requires practice. Don't jump to conclusions based on a single sign. Look for clusters of these behaviors. If someone crosses their arms, it could just mean they're cold. But if they cross their arms, avoid eye contact, and point their feet away from you right after you ask a tough question, that's a much stronger signal. Start by people watching in a coffee shop or observing characters on a TV show with the sound off. Try to guess what's happening based solely on their nonverbal cues. By mastering baselining, decoding body language from feet to face, and listening to the unspoken parts of a conversation, you can develop an almost uncanny ability to understand people. It's not about being a human lie detector. It is about having deeper empathy and a more accurate understanding of the people you interact with every day. Thanks so much for watching. If you found these tips helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights into human behavior. Let me know in the comments which one of these techniques you're going to try first. Until next time.